Monterey Jazz Festival is one of the premier festivals in the country, but since its creation back in 1958, only 2 people have held the role of artistic director. Now a Baltimorean is carrying that torch. Darren Atwater is about to become the 3rd artistic director in that festival's history, and he'll become the first African American to do so. In our area, Atwater's inventive work with Soulful Symphony has already earned him big praise, and as of this past week, he also has the key to Baltimore City. Before that honor, he spoke with our Megan Rivers.
Well, it is no small feat to get the key to Baltimore City. I am joined now with Darren Atwater. How does it feel to be a recipient of the key to Baltimore?
Right, it's a big deal, and so honored by the acknowledgement of so many years that I've done in terms of just community impact and cultural leadership. So it's mind-boggling, amazing.
Well, I've read your bio. You have done so many things, but your dedication to the arts, and especially to here in Maryland and in the Baltimore region, is very admirable. Talk a little bit about some of the many things that you have done.
Yeah, I think most notable is the foundation that I built with Soulful Symphony. We founded Soulful Symphony in '98. We had our first concert in 2000 at the Meyerhoff, and that was sort of a repository for my original work as a composer. But also, we wanted to shape and reintroduce and reimagine what the symphony orchestra should look like in America. So instead of playing classical music, Beethoven, Brahms, and the classics, we sort of was like, how do we frame our American roots music around the symphony orchestra? So we've done everything from my original compositions to jazz, hip hop, gospel, bluegrass, I mean, you name it, country. We've sort of been like our tagline, we've taken this entire culture and set it to music. So that relationship, not only on stage, but with the citizens of Baltimore, is something I'm super proud of.
And Baltimore, a beautiful city, home to so many people, and the arts here, the art scene here is very big. What does it mean to you to be able to perform for these audiences?
I love my audience. I brag about them everywhere I go around the world because there's nothing like the call and response that happens at a show, but also, with me being sort of integrated in here as a citizen of Baltimore, I mean, I get to see the citizens all over I see people all over the town, and that sort of continues to fuel me in terms of what it means beyond the stage. But it's electric, and in an age where we're sort of being amputated from live experiences and live performance, that audience and that human engagement is something that just sort of can't be replicated.
Now, you're originally from D.C. How do your folks down there feel about you? You're not playing go-go, How do your folks feel about you?
You know what? We almost did a go-go symphony with the luminous Chuck Brown before he passed. We were in rehearsals. But yeah, I mean, it's, they've tethered themselves to Baltimore, sort of collapsed that distance. And they still own me. But I've been in Baltimore probably as long, if not more, than I've been in D.C. So, yeah, I mean, sort of I'm an adopted son.
Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine that everyone, I know I am, is inspired by your work, and you are inspiring another generation to embrace music from all different facets of life. And what do you say to the young people out there who are thinking, oh, I can't make a career with my interest in music?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be sort of an outlier in the sense that, everything is pulling you away from a sort of purpose that takes you not just music in terms of how we think of celebrity or popular forms, but specifically if you have something that sort of lays outside of popular culture or the music that we sort of commercialize. It takes a lot of courage, but I say invest in yourself, invest in your gift, find your audience and grow there. I say we're called to people, we're not called always to everyone. And just the courage to say this is my creative impulse and I'm going to explore it and just see where life navigates and be sort of true and honest to it.
And lastly, if somebody wants to see you live and hear everything that you create live, when's the next show?
You know what? That's a great question. We're gearing up for Soulful Symphony of 25th anniversary next year. So we'll have a full year of programming here in Baltimore. I'm also the new artistic director of the Monterey Jazz Festival, which is the world's most iconic jazz festival that happens in September. So you can come to Monterey in September. It's a beautiful place. The festival's going to be amazing. But other than that, I'm just around. I'm working with the Hopkins Peabody Institute, so we'll be around.
Okay, Darren.
I'm not hard to find, like Brother Sandal said.
Okay, Darren Atwater, thank you so much, and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.